Well, I hope we live. Hey everybody, welcome to T-Roy Cooks. Welcome to another Tuesday Chatting with Old T-Roy. This is where I answer all your questions that you have for me. Appreciate everybody that's in here. Let me just holler at a few of you. I noticed my brother Kenneth from What's New Barbecues in the house. Pickles, I see you're in the house. Alex Holt, High Nose Barbecue and Outdoor Impressions. West Coast Cajun Cuisine's in the house. King Kielbasa. Man, tell you what, we got a lot of great folks. Y'all just been sitting in the chat waiting for me, and I'm sure we got plenty of other people in there too. I'll catch some names when I see them flashing by. But I can't thank y'all enough for joining in. Hopefully the audio and video and all that quality is great, as I would hope that it would be. Let's see. Oh, Mick Cotton Barbecue, Carlos T, Aaron Gates, Tabi Locks, I guess. Josina Kunja or Kujna. Sorry. But anyway, I appreciate all you guys going. Let's see what we're drinking here today. Guys, I got me some Rooster beer. It's a lager. It's El Grito, I guess is how you say that. This is from a Dallas brewing company. This is Four Corners Brewing Company out of Dallas, Texas. We're pushing a ABV alcohol of 4.4%. And this one of them beers, I don't know if y'all can see, it's got the full circle, almost like a Big Mouth Mickey's or something, man, from the old days. Anyway, we're going to give it a shot. See what it tastes like. It's supposed to be not very hoppy and kind of have a little citrus flavor to it, but and a little floral aroma. But I like my lagers, man. I like the lagers because they're cold brewed. So, cheers to you. Appreciate you joining in today. Daphne Berg. Cheers, girl. No, 5233. Cheers. Oh, Carlos T. He's in the house. Yeah, man, them crawfish bowls. I like doing crab and crawfish bowls. And I think y'all may have heard me say that my wife Karen does not like crawfish. So when I do a crawfish bowl for me or my friends, I've also got to throw in some crab and shrimp, stuff like that, so that she can join us. George is in the house. Rod Kip. Dennis Vermion. Libra Scales. Hello from Cleveland. Well, hello, Libra Scales from Austin. Appreciate everybody joining in. Folks, again, this is where I answer your questions. So if you got questions questions for me today, just put at T-Roy Cooks. That'll highlight it on my end when you do that. And then put your question just after you do that. At T-Roy Cooks and space and then your question. That'll highlight it. And man, if I miss any questions, please ask it again, because this chat, man, when I get everybody in here, you know, a couple of hundred people viewing or so, that chat flies by, folks, so I can't catch every one of them. Let me get down here where I can actually see what's happening. Oh, gotta turn that thing down. There we go. I think we're good now. Now I can see some chat happening. Suburban Barbecue. Jim, man, I appreciate the butt dial earlier. I thought you had something you needed me for, man. That was funny, man. It was early this morning. I pick up the phone and say, hello, where you at, Jim? And I guess he was walking and he had his phone in his pocket or something. He didn't know he dialed me until a little bit later. Oh, Parker, Blue Smoke Barbecue. There you go. Cheers, man. Folks, if y'all see any of these YouTubers in the house, you know, in the chat, click the little three dots to the right of their name, on the right side of the chat column over there, right along the line with their name. And you'll see a link to go to their channel, and it will open a different window, so you're not going to lose this chat. And y'all show them some love if you haven't checked them out yet. And all my moderators that are highlighted in blue, thank you guys and gals for joining in. Y'all check out their channels as well. Appreciate all that. What we got here? Jason Jones Barbecue Company. There you go. Yeah, he did it right. He put at T-Roy Cooks, and I can see it on my end. Tabby Locks says, T-Roy, my Weber Smoky mountain door lets a lot of smoke escape. How can I fix that? You can try getting you one of those stainless steel doors from Cajun Bandit. They usually fit pretty doggone good. Or you could just take the original aluminum door that came with your Weber Smoky Mountain, get you a mallet or something that's got some rubber or something, you know, and just kind of hammer it out just a little bit so it'll fit better. You can also try getting some gasket material off Amazon or somewhere, some high heat gasket material put on there, like an oven gasket, you know. They usually sell it by the roll, I think. But honestly, I don't worry about all that, man. I don't worry about how much smoke's coming out. I just let the thing breathe, and it'll cook up some fine cube. Suburban barbecue, man. You need to put your phone on lockdown or something so you're not butt dialing people, bro. We all done it. I've done it, man. Oh, Tyrannus, he says he's got a pellet grill and he wants to add more smoke flavor. Is a smoke tube the way to go? Yes, it is. It is definitely the way to go. You can also try doing some different mixes of pellets, but and honestly, I haven't used a pellet smoker, so from my experience and what I've tasted off of it, pellet smoker is more like an oven. You get a slight hint of smoke, but not like an overpowering smoke like you would off the Weber Smoky Mountain or a true stick burner. So yeah, you can add a pellet tube thing in there and light that inside your chamber where the meat is, and that'll help get you a little bit more smoke flavor. So there you go. Cheers. I appreciate the question. Great Country Grilling. There you go. Cheers, man. Man, I can't see how many people we have in here, but I'm sure it's a good many. Mr. Burke, what's your favorite dry rub to use on pork ribs? Right now, my favorite rub would have to be the Cosmos Q Killer B. That's some good stuff, man. And I was just noticing today that all the Cosmos Q rubs, they're free of, they're gluten-free, and there's no MSG. So if that's what you're looking for, something out there that's got those criteria, Cosmos Q, y'all go check him out, my good friend Darian. Oh, I wanted to bring y'all up to speed on, man, this past weekend. I went and hung out with, I got invited to hang out with my buddy Ryan, who has the channel Whiskey and Barbecue. Y'all have seen him up here at my crawfish bowl. And also Josh from Cask Strength, C-A-S-K Strength. They're both whiskey channels, but Ryan's channel Whiskey and Barbecue also does some barbecue and other types of cooking, but most of it's grilling or smoking. And then they do another video, so they do 2 a week, kind of like I do, but one's whiskey and the other one's barbecue. And Josh, he's got a few other, or a couple of other guys, and they kind of rotate around and do different videos. So if you check out Cask Strength, sometimes you'll see Josh. He's the red-headed one, the ginger one. He lives here in Austin. Not too far from me, in fact, about 15 minutes. And then he's got 2 other guys. I think both of them are in Canada. And they kind of alternate doing videos and whiskey reviews and stuff like that if you want to go check them out. But anyway, I got invited to basically go do a brisket cook on a big green egg, So I got there Friday evening, and we hung out. We fired up the big green egg. We had some other stuff going on too. We had a Weber Kettle, and we were grilling up steaks and, man, some fine food. We tried some what is it? Bavette steak. I brought some Bavette steak from Salt and Thyme here in Austin. It's a butcher shop that's downtown area. And I got some Akaushi steaks and let me see, ribeye, strip loin. Man, we was having a good time doing all the steaks. And then about 12:30, so Saturday morning, just after midnight, Friday night, we put on the brisket. And we let that baby cook until probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. And then we pulled it off. And we were doing, I got an Angus beef rib, one of them big, long beef ribs, dude. And we smoked that baby up, and that was some fine eating as well. Woo! Doggy, I had a good time for Friday and Saturday. I was tired. I'm still kind of tired from that. But, and then tomorrow, yeah, this is live, so we're Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, got another YouTuber that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. Actually, I've been a fan of her channel for quite some years, back when I first started, 2012, 2013 or so. We've always kind of been close with our sub counts, so we kind of collaborated in the past, and we always kind of kept up with each other, and chit chat online, or text message or call or whatever. Rockin' Robin cooks. Y'all go check her out. Rockin' Robin, and she's got a cooking channel. She used to do a lot of Mexican food, but now she does a lot of healthy type cooking, you know, inside and outside. I mean, she's grilled stuff too, but most of her stuff is inside on the stove or in the oven or whatever. But it's not just cooking. She's got different kinds of like drinks and stuff that she makes, you know. Anyway, great channel. Y'all go check her out. She'll be here tomorrow. We are cooking, let me see, she requested that I cook some pork ribs. And I've also got some beef ribs. And these are the cross-cut ribs, like the flanking style ribs I was telling y'all about on the last chat, if I remember right. So we're going to do that up for her and her husband and me and Karen. Should be a good day, an all-day hangout with all of us. And it'll be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic to meet her. So y'all look forward to that video coming up. And the video from the brisket cook this past weekend with Josh and Ryan. That should be coming up hopefully this Thursday. Tell you what, man, this is a great beer right here. So as you can see, I've been busy, and I'm going to be busy all week. Anyway, that's that open mouth. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But see how big that mouth is on this? There's some good beer, man. I'm finding that I actually like the beers that are brewed in the Dallas area better than the beers brewed here in Austin. It's like the ones here in Austin have too much bitterness for me, like IPAs. Austin has IPA crazies over here, man. They really kick it up, and it just makes it too bitter for me. I don't like that stuff anymore. But I like the low hopped, the low bitter content lagers and some ales. But anyway, cheers. Cooking with CJ's in the house. Hey, cheers to you there, CJ. Appreciate that, man. I enjoyed watching CJ and Josh, from Josh and Babe. Enjoyed watching that live thing they did. It was late the other night, man. It was like midnight. Gosh, when was that? Thursday night? No, Saturday night? I can't remember. Man, we were having a great time. All right, Marky Q's in the house. Hey, man, cheers to you. Marky says, is it worth putting a gasket on the Weber kettle? No, I wouldn't worry about a gasket on the kettle, man. No. You can put one on the Weber Smoky Mountain, but on the kettle, I don't think you need one. Yeah, Kenneth, Brother Kenneth, what's new barbecue? Cheers, man. Yeah, I do like that Badger beer, man. I sure do. It's called The Badge. My backyard life. He says, how'd the big green egg compare to your old Kamado Joe? Actually, I was impressed. I really was. I was impressed with the flavor of the brisket. It had a really nice color. What was really cool is Ryan was mainly the one doing the cook. I just kind of stood around and just kind of participated. But yeah, it was. He didn't spritz it. He didn't inject it. Didn't do anything other than rotate the grill grate, you know, once or twice, maybe 3 times during the cook, just for some little even cooking, you know. But man, that brisket turned out great. I was real impressed with it. Really was. Really was. Cooking with CJ. Saturday night. Good times. You got that right. CJ was over. Josh was over at CJ's, if I remember right, because the ladies were out of town. That was good stuff. Daddy Dutch. Kent's in the house, man. Y'all go check out Daddy Dutch and CJ and Josh and Babe and all. Anybody in the chat that you see that you know that's got a cooking channel, click those 3 dots on the right side and it'll take you to their channel. Jody Newell, there you go. The brisket in Austin is life-changing. Cooper's Old Time Barbecue is outstanding. Yeah, Cooper's is one of the good ones, man. Sure is. Tony Anderson, hey, Troy from Great Britain. Got me smoking. Bought my Weber Smoky Jr., I guess, so say thanks. Hey, there you go, Tony. Cheers, man. And I got to thank all my moderators for taking care of some of these strangers that pop in every once in a while and try to put something in there that's nasty or not appropriate for my channel. Because, you know, I got kids watching, you know, so y'all be light. No cussing, no heavy cussing or anything. Kip Moore is asking me a question. How you doing, Kip? Cheers to you, brother. He says, should I add grill grates to keep my kettle, or to my kettle, or a PK with grill grates for steak? You know, I need to get me some of those grill grates, man. I hear good things about them. I would say just get them for your kettle, man. You know, that'd be the way to go. If you really want that nice, really good sear, you know, get the grill grates, man. I need to get me some. Yeah, I do. Canadian Jim, cheers to you, brother, in Manitoba. I need to do a video on Moonshine's Roadhouse again. You right about that, Tabby, or Tabby, I can't remember. Yeah, my brother Moonshine's Roadhouse, Sean, down in New Orleans. I wish he lived closer, man. I need to hang out with my brother. I miss him. Cooking with CJ. If y'all have a question, there you go. At T-Roy Cooks in all caps. You don't have to put in all caps, but at T-Roy Cooks all together. And it should pop up if you're on your computer or desktop or whatever. It'll pop up giving you a suggestion. You'll see T-Roy's in the house. So just click on that and it'll populate it for you automatically. Elton's Barbecue. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you. Jatil. I know I'm not saying your name right, but that's how I say it. Jatil. Y'all go check him out. Elton's Barbecue. Elton, I'm going to try your smoked salmon recipe, dude. I am. I've got a lot of requests for smoked salmon. I'm going to try the smoked salmon the way you do it. I hope you don't mind if I steal it from you. Carol Weiss. Do you like the olive tree wood? Olive tree wood? I have not used olive tree wood that I remember. I have to give that a shot. I love olive oil. I haven't tried the wood though, man. Elton! Oren's in the house. That's what it was. Oren's in the house. I saw Elton first. So, cheers to you, Oren. Oren's been around a long time, y'all. King Kilbas Grill Grates are 15% off through Father's Day on their website. Appreciate that. I will check that out for sure. Definitely. Joe Betts, any plans for wild hog or deer cook in the future? No, I'm afraid not, Joe. Karen will not let me do a whole hog. It's bad enough trying to do pork, you know, like some ribs or something, but whole hog? No, that ain't gonna fly at my house. Karen loves pigs. As far as the venison, deer, stuff like that, I can get some, but I'm not a hunter, so it just depends on what I can get. In fact, I was mentioning my buddy Ryan from Whiskey and Barbecue channel. He's got some venison that he's got in his freezer, and he keeps forgetting to bring it to me. So when I get some of that, or if y'all want to send me some, I'll be fine to try to cook it up. I'm not that familiar with how to cook venison because I don't cook it a lot. Christopher Stone, what's the best way to reheat a brisket pre-smoked for a large party? I leave it wrapped in some foil and just warm it up the morning of the party. Warm it up in your oven at kind of a low temp, 250 maybe. And leave it in there until it warms back up to about the 140, 145 range. And that should warm it up and hold temps for you until your party. If you get it up that warm, you can go ahead and turn it back down a little bit, maybe 200, 225. Fire and Water, Darren's in the house, man. Did you see the Grill Grunt is over 200,000 on Kickstarter? No, I did not, but I am so happy that campaign went through because I can't wait to get my grill gun, man. That is a fantastic starter. It saves a lot of time. Get your charcoal and stuff up to heat real quick. And man, y'all go check out my grill gun video, or the one that Darren did on what is it? I can't remember. Come on, Darren. Fire and Water Barbecue. Fire and Water Cooking, I'm sorry. That's Darren. Fire and Water Cooking. Y'all go check out his video that he did on the grill gun, or my video. And then there's links in the description of those videos where you can go to the Kickstarter campaign and sign up to get you one if you want one. So, Darren, appreciate you bringing that up, man. Emma McClamum's in the house. My brother James. Cheers to you, James. Man, it's good to see all you guys in here. I tell you what. James, if you are free tomorrow, I've got Rockin' Robin from California. Her and her husband are coming to visit me tomorrow. We're going to cook up some ribs, which I know you love. So you're welcome to join us if you want, man. Tri-Tip Junkie. That's a cool name. Hey, cheers, Tri-Tip Junkie. Cheers to you. Appreciate you. Oh, Barbecue Trucker. Hey, cheers, man. Barbecue Trucker. There you go. Kip Moore asked me, what's my favorite steak rub? You know what? What is it I got? Montreal steak seasoning is pretty good, but I usually give that to Karen. I actually like just a regular salt, pepper, garlic rub. So in that frame of mind, I really like the Jack Daniel's steak rub. That's pretty good stuff. And I used to like a rub by some farm or something. I can't remember the name of the company. But they had like some smoked salt in the rub and the seasoning and some other like herbs and stuff that was really good. Can't find that one anymore though. Chris, the Butcher and Friends. Troy, I'm from the UK and gotta Got asked on the hot seat. Oh, that's cool with CJ cooking. Yeah, the hot seat, man. Every Thursday, y'all check it out. In fact, he's got just piddling, I think, Sandy, in the hot seat this Thursday. Y'all go cook CJ. What is it? Cooking with CJ. I always want to say CJ's cooking or something, man. Anyway, y'all go check it out Thursday night and show CJ and Sandy some love. So I was about to ask a question, and man, I'm sorry that chat went by. The Leonessa 10, T-Roy, can you explain the method for cooking on both levels of the Weber Smoky Mountain? Yes. If you're cooking, I mean, in my experience on my Weber Smoky Mountain, that grate, the middle grate that's just above the water pan, that's usually about 20 to 25 degrees cooler than the top grate. Because the way the Weber Smoky Mountain is designed, you got that water pan over the charcoal, so all that heat deflects around the water pan, goes up the sides of the Weber Smoky Mountain, hits the lid and comes back down, so it hits the top grate first. It passes through that and the meat that's on the top grate, and then it hits the meat that's on the bottom grill grate. So even though the middle grate's closer to the charcoal, that water pan, whether you have sand or water in it or nothing at all, is deflecting the heat around that middle grate. So that's why it's cooler. Also, if you're cooking any kind of poultry, put the poultry on the middle grate. You don't want poultry on the top grate because those drippings will get on whatever meat you have below. You know, unless it's other poultry, that'd be fine. But if you're cooking beef, pork, something like that, put your beef and pork on the top, put your poultry on the middle grate. Just be safe out there, folks. You don't want to mess with the poultry stuff. So let me see. What time tomorrow? My brother James is asking. I'll probably fire up my Lone Star Grill, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock. I'm going to try to have the ribs done by around 5, 6, somewhere in that time frame. So we'll be running about 250, 275 on the Lone Star Grill offset. Also got some, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I got 3 racks of ribs. I got 2 baby back racks. I got 1 rack of St. Louis, because I just prefer St. Louis myself. But they asked for baby backs, which Karen likes, so I'm fine with that. And also got 3 bones of the cross-cut bones, the flanking style beef ribs that I like, you know. I got some of those. Isaac C, he says, do you still use your Digicube on your Weber Smoky Mountain? Is it worth the investment? I do not use the Digicube hardly at all. Do I ever use it? The reason is because when I've used it on my Weber Smoky Mountain or my Kamado Joe or even in my Lone Star Grill, I find that when that fan kicks on, it kicks ash up into the cooking chamber where the meat is, and some of the ash could get on the meat. It's happened to me. Plus, I don't know if it's just the probes that I've got, but the probes that came with mine, and I actually bought the 12-foot probes. I don't know how the 6-foot probes that originally come with it would work, but on my 12-foot probes, the probes don't read right, man. They're like 7 to 10 degrees off, all of them, you know. I've got 2 of them, I think, and neither one read accurately. So I don't trust it. I don't really use it a whole lot. I think it was a waste of $400 or whatever I paid for it. Fire and Water, I just posted up a new video with the grill gun and the sous vide gun prototype. Oh, cool. All right, there you go. So y'all go check out Fire and Water Cooking, man. About the grill gun, and he's got a new sous vide model, and sounds like Darren's reviewed that one too, because Darren over Fire and Water Cooking, he does sous vide quite often. Thanks, Kenneth. I appreciate that. 145 people. Appreciate everybody that's in the house. Yeah, Mick. Rockin' Robin with T-Roy and James. There you go, man. View to a Grill. There you go. Cheers to you, brother. Man, it's pretty hot out here again. I might have to go hit the pool again when we're done here. Dogfather's in the house. My brother Alton. How you doing? Alton, cheers, man. I'm trying to finish off that jug you brought over, man. Ooh, that's some good stuff. I appreciate you leaving the jug so I can make it again. That was sweet of you and me and Jean. You and Miss Jean. I'm sorry. I can't talk, man. Kip says, Lone Star Grill update. Do you still love it? Yeah, I do. I love that Lone Star Grill. I'm just old-fashioned. I prefer the old pipe smokers, which the 24-inch Lone Star Grill is. The newer 20-inch, it cooks fantastic. The same flavor that you would get off a pipe smoker. All right. It just looks like a pellet smoker to me, but it cooks fabulously. And also, I think I mentioned in the past, you can't get a thin blue smoke on it on the 20-inch that I've got. It's hard to get a thin blue smoke because of the design of it. Now, even though you're getting some white smoke like you would off the Weber Smoky Mountain or something like that, you know, you get that white smoke coming out of the stack on the 20-inch Lone Star grill, it doesn't make the meat bitter, so you're not over smoking the meat. It's just that the way it's designed, and again, it doesn't have any tuning plates or anything in it, the way it's designed, it's hard to get that thin blue smoke on the 20-inch. But the flavor's there, man. Really, really good flavor. Chris Miller, how you doing, Chris? Cheers to you, brother. Cheers. Amon McClamum, have you tried using Weber Smoky Mountain to burn sticks? Does it work? You know, actually, I don't know if James has, but we have. I know James uses a lump quite often on competitions and stuff. He uses some B&B lump or something, I believe. But when we had that crawfish boil, is what I'm going to say. You know, everybody over here, all the YouTube, my YouTube friends were over. We fired up my Weber Smoky Mountain to do a little smoking on the side. And the only wood that I had out here were wood splits of oak. So I think it was either James or Scott from Texas Sausage Company. They threw on a split of oak. Man, I'll tell you what, that was some good stuff on that Weber Smoky Mountain, man. So yeah, they'll use some wood sticks in there, man. As far as burning wood only, I don't know if I'd try that. I don't know. That may get too hot and be too hard to control temps without smoldering out the fire. So you may need some charcoal or some lump in there, and then just throw the split on to add a little additional flavor for smoke. But James, I don't know if you tried it or not. I'm not speaking for you. I'm just letting you know what happened here. All right, James says he's never burned sticks either. Yeah, I'm not sure I would want to, man. How's everybody doing today? Y'all doing pretty good? I know I'm worn out, but I'm enjoying it. I am really enjoying it, and doggone, man, I just remembered Thursday I got jury duty. Man, it's a busy week. Since last Friday, I've been humping every day, man. I've been going. Yep. Whiskey and Barbecue. Cheers, buddy. There you go. Cheers, Ryan. Y'all go check him out. Click the little 3 dots next to Whiskey and Barbecue. Ryan, I was just telling them we went to Josh's and cooked a brisket this weekend along with a lot of other great food, man. And I'm going to try to have my video out this Thursday on that brisket cook, just so you know, Ryan. So, appreciate you inviting me. You and Josh, cheers to you, bro. Y'all go check out Whiskey and Barbecue, man. They got a fantastic channel. Chris Miller, there you go. Cheers, bro. Alright, Darian, fire and water cooking. Just got back from 10 days in New York City. How was that? I've only been to New York City a couple of times, but once was like a high school trip. My 12th grade class went up there for a senior trip. Man, there's a lot of people in New York City. Had fun though, had a good time. Cheers. Ryan, appreciate that. Ryan Tarpey, there you go. Teasers, pleasers, you're doing great. Cool, man. Cool. I appreciate that, brother Kenneth. Yeah, y'all hit that thumbs up if y'all like that, man. YouTube likes that hitting thumbs up and stuff. Caleb Blag says he's still eating on that brisket. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with a brisket, man, especially when you cook it Texas style, which is basically just salt and pepper with a little garlic, maybe some cayenne, you know. Keep it simple, man. A lot of times with brisket, keeping it simple with the rub is the best way to go. It's good stuff, man. Just let the beef speak for itself. Yep. Yeah, I bet you did walk a lot in New York. But yeah, they have some great restaurants in New York too. A little pricey, you know, but I think the cost of living in New York's higher than it is here. Tim Nash, there you go. Cheers, brother. Appreciate you joining in. Kip says, so you will be upgrading your Lone Star Grill to 24 eventually. Yeah, Kip, I hope so. I do hope that I can do that someday in the future. But, you know, I'm going to probably use this one for 2, 3, 4 years, you know, like I did with the Yoder. And then, you know, I don't know, maybe sell this one or keep it. You know, I do love it. I love the flavor of the meat that comes off of it. And as I've told y'all before, I will say this about Lone Star Grills. I mean, I loved my Yoder too, don't get me wrong. You know, that was my first true offset. I bought that thing and I just absolutely loved it. I learned how to cook using a stick burner on that thing. But I will tell you that the Lone Star Grills, they are of better build quality than the Yoders. Just from my experience. Joe Betts, Shiner Bock or Lone Star beer? Shiner Bock all the way, baby. I do like Lone Star beer, but I'd rather the flavor of a Shiner Bock. I don't really care for the Shiner White, but the Bock is excellent. Really good. I'm out. I need to get me another one. That's pretty doggone good rooster beer right there, folks. Pardon me while I step to my fridge real quick. All right, let me reload. Paul Rhodes says, "Hey T-Roy, I just got a pit barrel cooker. Only cooked on it once so far, but it ran 225. Any tips to get it up higher? Also, what's your favorite things to cook on the pit barrel cooker?" As far as things to cook, my favorite would be any kind of beef or pork rib, especially pork rib, or chicken. Man, I tell you what, that is a rib and chicken cooking machine, the pit barrel cooker. Love the flavor. It's a little different than your offset or your Weber Smoky Mountain or even your Weber Kettle. It's closer to the Weber Kettle because it's got a little bit of that grill flavor, but you get a real nice smoke flavor as well. As far as getting it up hotter, try using more lit coals. You know, it's I don't know if you've got the little small chimney that you can get with the pit barrel cooker. It's like half the size of the Weber chimney that most people have, the big tall one. What you do is put about 40 charcoal briquettes in the bottom of your thing for the pit barrel cooker, unlit, and then take out enough to fill that little small chimney, light that, pour that back in the middle on top of the other coals, or you can spread it around, it doesn't really matter. But that's really all you need. And if you still have trouble getting temps up, you may not have the bottom vent open enough for your altitude, so you may check that, or just open it up a little bit more than what you have now. And you don't have to go crazy with it. You know, if you have it open like 1/4 inch right now, maybe open it up 1/2 inch, you know, or 3/4 inch. See what that does for it. But also too, make sure your coals are lit before you put them on. Make sure they're all ashy before you take them out of the, you know, pour them out of the chimney, because it will take a while for those coals that are unlit to light up from the ones that you put in there that are lit. So it's kind of like doing like a Weber Smoky Mountain. You know, you start off with a minimal amount of lit coals, and they kind of spread out and light the other ones eventually. That's how you kind of maintain the heat. Anyway, hope that helps. Cheers to you. Appreciate the question. Mike Hall, he's new to smoking. My wife got him a charbroil smoker and an offset deluxe 40 inch. Woohoo, there you go. That's a big one. What can I do to improve my temperature? Honestly, you just have to learn the pit, man. Now, I will say it will get easier to maintain temps, and the food will taste better over time because you'll start building up some seasoning on the inside of that pit. And that seasoning will help act like insulation, and it'll help flavor the food. So the more you cook on it, the better the food gets and the easier it is to maintain temps. I mean, if you got it leaking all over the place and stuff like that, I don't really worry about it. But if you do, get some gasket material like I was talking about on the Weber Smoky Mountain, I think it was, or something earlier, I can't remember. Y'all check that out though. Just learn the pit, you know, give it what it needs to do the cook that you want it to do. And just be nice to your pit, man. That's doing all the hard work for you. So treat it kindly. Even talk to it, you know. I do. Blue Smoke Barbecue's in the house. Cheers if I didn't mention earlier, man. He says he's got a Shirley fabricating smoker. I like those Shirley manufacturer or Shirley. Is that what it is? Manufacturing or fabricating? I can't remember. Anyway, Shirley Manufacturing, I think. That's some good smokers too, man. My buddy Tango Joe's got one and he absolutely loves it. Brian says, how in the heck do you take the top off your beer can? Never seen that before. Yeah, look, man. It's a big cap. All right? It's a big cap on top. Like I was talking about earlier, it's a lot of the places around here in Texas are starting to put these big ones on there. It's like a Big Mouth Mickey's or something from back in the day, man. Personally, I'd rather just a little small hole, but you know, I guess you can chug this one a little faster, which maybe why I went through that last one a little quicker. If they got a game plan, man, that's why they do it. They got a game plan, make you drink more. I don't know. It works though. As long as I can get the beer out, I'm fine. Shirley Fabrication. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. James Joseph, the AD Vapor. There you go. There you go. Cheers. Cheers to you, James. Appreciate you, bro. Gallery Backyard Barbecue. Yeah, y'all go check out his channel, man. You know, some of these channels are small, man. I love watching the smaller channels, even more so than I do the larger channels. So y'all go check them out, man. Show them some love, or any of the moderators that are in here highlighted in blue. Y'all go check them out. Give me a thumbs up. You know, if you got a question for me, please put @TRoyCooks and then your question, so that it'll highlight it on my end, and that way I can see it. Because this chat flies by, folks. Yeah, Kenneth, I'm telling you, it's a game plan. More beer sales to you there. Cheers. Oh, yeah. James, if you missed it earlier, I'm drinking a Dallas beer, man. Anyway, so I can get this without pouring. See how big that hole, the opening is here? So when you do the pull tab, this pull tab right here, it peels off the whole thing, man. It's not like a little bitty hole. I've seen quite a few of the local Austin companies that are doing that, but this one's out of Dallas. This is El Grito, the rabbit. It's a lager. It says, this lager is a celebration of traditions of old and new. It's a smooth Pilsner. A smooth Pilsner malt balances the wild hops for a crisp citrus flavor and a slight floral aroma. And it does. It tastes really good. I like this kind of stuff. So, cheers. It's Four Corners Brewing out of Dallas. Rooster. So I've got the Badger beer, and I got a Rooster beer. I like animals, y'all. Oh, Rick's Barbecue and Blackstone's in the house. There you go. Y'all go check out Rick's channel, man. Kenneth says, gotta love that Troy sets time aside to chat with everybody every week. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate that, Kenneth. Thanks, man. You know, I try. I really do try. I haven't been able to respond to too many, you know, like comments and stuff on my videos lately because I've just been so busy. And I get so many comments and stuff. It's difficult to keep up with it, but I really do enjoy interacting with all you guys out there and gals. G Potter says, let me see. Cheers to you, G Potter. When is your next big cook with Brother Moonshine? Man, I thought I answered that earlier. I don't know, because Sean works a regular 9-to-5 job and he's a mechanic and he is totally worn out. So it depends on when Sean takes vacation. My brother Moonshine's Roadhouse, Sean. If you're not familiar with him, you'll go check out his channel. He still uploads videos when he can. Not very often, but when he can. He actually started about 6 months after I started my channel. So it's kind of sad that he didn't keep up with me, man. He'd been doing real good right now. But, you know, of course, I'm retired and he works every day, like most of you guys. Hang on, I saw something about spritzing. Oh, from Brandon H. Are you a big spritz guy nowadays? If so, what spritz bottle do you prefer? I'm not a huge spritzer. I'd rather just let the stuff sit there and sit in the smoke, you know. And if I do see the meat kind of drying out a little bit, or if it's not getting enough color for me, then I'll spritz with, I don't know, some kind of fruit juice. I usually like a grape juice, like a white grape juice instead of an apple juice, or some kind of like a cranberry or acai, stuff like that. I like those kinds of fruits as a spritz because I like that sweetness that it gives. Apple juice, you know, it's okay, it'll work, but use whatever juice is favorite to you. As far as the bottles, I just buy a bottle from a local hardware store or from a local grocery store. You know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I throw it out and get me another one. Chris O says, what's your take on layering rubs? I can see where there's a point to it if you're doing competition stuff, because you want that bite the judge takes to really pack some punch. For backyard grilling and barbecuing and stuff, I think one layer of rub is fine. You know, maybe after it's cooked a little bit, if you start seeing that some of the fat rendered and kind of push some of the rub off, maybe just re-season it a little bit while it's on the pit. But I don't go super heavy with the rub, and I don't believe in putting multiple rubs on there unless you just want to start out with like a basic salt, pepper, garlic rub, and then put another actual rub on top of that that's got, you know, maybe some brown sugar in it, or some honey powder, or some kind of flavoring like some jalapeno powder, or some of that kind of stuff, you know. So you can do it that way if you want. Me personally, I just use one layer most of the time. I'm just a backyard cook, guys. I don't do all the competition stuff. Brother James does. Brother James, he'll come over here and he'll put like, you know, 2 or 3 different types of rubs on the meat before he puts it on the smoker, you know. So, but his ribs do taste really good. I will tell you that. James is one hell of a rib cooker, man. Off the Wall Barbecue. Have you ever tried using a gateway drum? No. No, I haven't. I did use a UDS over at Chef Johnny's. I still need to put that video up, by the way. Yeah, we had AB, cooking with AB, and we had Kirby, cooking with Kirby over there. Or maybe it's cooking and grilling with AB. Anyway, so Kirby and AB were over at Chef Johnny's, and I got invited one over there, and we were all cooking up some stuff, and I got to use a UDS, which is kind of close to the gateway drum. But no, I actually saw a gateway drum over in Dallas at what's the Health Barbecue Patio Furniture Conference thing, whatever it was, that I went to with Justin and some other YouTubers. Had Greg from Ballistic Barbecue and Chris from used to be Mother's Barbecue. I can't remember the name, Chris. Anyway, we all got together and went to that conference or whatever it was, that show, and we had a great time. Cooking with CJ, there you go. Cheers to you, brother. Thanks for the tip. He says a 6-pack for next week's Chats on Me. Cheers, brother. Troy. Cheers to you, CJ. Thank you for the fun, man. I appreciate it. I will definitely buy some beer for next week's chat. I like, on these chats, I like trying out different beers, letting y'all know what I think about them in case you're in the area. You may want to check them out. Plus, I like supporting local business. John, greetings from greetings from Houston. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Ruben Mendez is in the house. He says, do you plan on ever getting a pellet smoker? What are your thoughts on them? Dude, I like pellet smokers. Every different kind of cooker has a place. I mentioned a couple of chats ago that, you know, if you're just one of these guys that don't have a lot of time because you got kids, you got a job, you got to do after school activities with the kids, you know, baseball, football, whatever, soccer. You don't have a lot of time to sit there and smoke stuff because those cooks can take a long time. So pellet smokers would be fantastic if you don't have much time. So I'm all for it. As far as me getting one, yeah, I guess if I see one out there that's worth putting on my channel, you know, a good quality one, then I will get one eventually. But for right now, I'm cool with what I've got, man. Nick Blevins, do you inject your pork butt? I usually don't. In fact, I usually don't inject any of the meat that I put on, because I try to find meat that's already got marbling in it, so I don't have to inject. You know, if you want, you can, sure, because, you know, pork butt, when you shred it up, it's got a lot of pork flavor, and right on the edges of it, you know, the outer edges, you get that smoke flavor from the bark, and it's okay. So if you want some other flavors other than the pork and the bark and the rub, yeah, inject, man. Nothing wrong with that. It'll work. But pork butt especially, man, it's got so much fat and rendering that it can do. You really don't need to inject unless you're just looking for some different flavor profiles. Appreciate the question, Nick. There you go. Cheers, man. Yeah, Gallery Backyard Barbecue says he never injects any type of food. You know, I will if I'm using a lesser, like brisket flat or lesser grade. Sometimes I will inject that with some beef broth or something to kind of keep it moist. And then I wrap it once it gets some smoke flavor in it. But yeah, I generally do not inject. Again, most of the guys that do the injections, most of them do competition style cooking. On my channel, I just do basic backyard cooking. So I try to differentiate the two. But, you know, whatever floats your boat, man. If you like it, go for it. If you don't, it's fine either way. It all tastes good. Johnny Knapp, he says, try the Smoke Daddy, where you add spirits to your pellet grill. There you go. Appreciate the heads up there, John. Chuck Norris is in the house. Would you ever do a recipe from Lobel's? I'd like to see more of their products cooked, especially their American Wagyu beef. Yeah, Chuck, I could definitely do that. I know I have done that before in the past. I actually used their brisket cook recipe from their website, and they sent me a brisket to use. And it's a mop sauce that I used. And I'll tell you what, honestly, that was one of the best briskets that me and Karen have ever eaten. And I think they sent me their natural brisket. Excuse me. But that mop sauce on that brisket was phenomenal. Definitely some good stuff. Yeah, I'll get in touch with Lobel's and maybe figure out something else that I can do that's on their website. I'm sure they would love that. All right, somebody said they got to get back to work. I can't get back to the chat to see what it was. So y'all got to get back to work. Cheers to you. Appreciate you joining in. Adam says, you should smoke on one of my custom-made wine barrel smokers. It's insane. Beats my PBC and Weber Smoky Mountain. There you go, Adam. Contact me, man. Send me some pictures and stuff. We'll talk. Appreciate the offer, man. Oh, Stephanie's in the house. Where you going, Stephanie and William? Stephanie Jimenez. Cheers to you, Stephanie and William. Brandon H says he's going to buy himself a Weber Kettle Premium or Master Touch for Father's Day present for grilling and smoking versatility. Good idea? Sure. Yeah, man. Any of the Weber products are going to be fine. I love them all. Hadn't found a Weber product yet that I do not like. All right, folks, we're coming up close to an hour on here now, 48 minutes in. So if you got questions, go ahead and hit me with them, man. SPJA Karn, I live in an apartment, so can't use charcoal, right? So he's got an electric one, doesn't taste much like barbecue, so you have any advice on how to improve that? Get you some liquid smoke. Liquid smoke. Inject your meat with that if you want, and that will help. You can also take some wood chips, put them in foil, poke holes with a fork or knife in the top of the foil, make a little pocket, and then put that in your oven or on your electric burner, and let that wood chip heat up, and that will give you some smoke flavor. Now if it's an open type, not an oven, but an open type grill, something like that, that's electric, you may need to get an oversized lid that'll cover both of the foil packet and your meat, so that that smoke will get into the meat. But I've done it before, it works great. You may want to put something over your smoke detector or crack some windows open. Don't ask me how I know that. Woo, there you go. Simple Man's Barbecue. What's your greatest passion? Greatest passion? You know, I got so many different things that I do. I don't really have a passion about any one. I do enjoy teaching others how to make fantastic tasting food, you know. So I guess that's probably my main one right now. But I'm passionate about you know, stars and planets and meteors and all that good stuff. You know, passionate about you know, UFOs. In fact, you know, you see my hat. Passionate about space stuff. Suburban Barbecue says, I don't know if I missed it or not, but what do you think about the EOSR? I'm quite jealous. Jim, I am loving the EOSR. I am, and I've got a 24 to 105 millimeter on it right now. I'm riding a shotgun from Rode VidMic Pro. Shotgun mic. I love it, man. Absolutely love this EOSR. Really do. I've got it set up right now for, I think I'm running 60p on it, and full all dash or I dash all, whatever they call it. But I love it, man. It's got great color. It's very, very easy to operate. It's not complicated. The menu system on it is quite easy. Of course, I'm quite used to it because I've got some Canon camcorders, the G30s. But I love it, man. I would highly recommend it. And it works really well for doing live stuff, you know, because I'm not actually recording on it right now. I'm just using the camera as an interface to send signal to my encoder, which then sends it to YouTube. So the camera itself is just turned on, and I've got it set so that it does not turn off. Now, when I do my taped chats, it only goes 30 minutes recording. So I've got to have a separate recorder for that, which I do have. I've got a Atomos Shogun Inferno, which I can record onto and then pull the video off of that, because that won't shut down after 30 minutes. So again, I can do the EOSR like I'm doing right now, just leave it going, not recording, just sending a signal of the video to the Atomos, which will record, and then I can take the card out of the Atomos, transfer it to my computer, and I've got more than 30 minutes worth of footage that I can use for my taped chats. There you go. And folks, I couldn't do any of this. I couldn't get any of this equipment without all of you guys out there, because I don't work. This is my job. So I appreciate all the support. I truly, truly do. I can't thank you guys enough for helping to support the channel, helping me be able to afford to get great equipment like this Canon camera, or even the mic, the tripod, all of the equipment that I use on my channel, plus all the food. I mean, food's not cheap. So all the food, everything else, you know, plus my internet connection, I pay for that through the channel. So all those expenses go through the channel and any money that I get. And I'm not a beggar. I'm not asking for money right now. I'm just letting you know. Anything that comes into the channel from you guys gets turned right around and goes back into the channel. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys all so much for helping to support this and keep it going. Appreciate it very much. I do have a merch store though, Shopify. I'll put that down in the link after the video airs if you're interested. Or go back and check out one of my older videos, you know, just a recent one. Hit the description and you'll see my Shopify merch store. I think it's called Troy Cooks on Shopify. Anyway. Hilbert says, have you already seen the Weber Master Touch with the diffuser plate? I have not, Hilbert. I haven't seen that yet, man. Josh and Babe says he's sorry at work, but wanted to join in the chat. Hello, T-Roy, and hello, everyone in the chat. Cheers all. There you go. Josh, Babe. Josh, man, I appreciate you joining in. And thanks for what you sent me, a little care package last week. I appreciate that very much. It was great seeing you and CJ on Saturday night. That was a hoot, man. I love that. Fire and Water says, thank you for all you do for us. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you, Darren. Appreciate all you do, too, man. Y'all can check out Darren Fire and Water Crew and Josh and Babe. Anybody else in the chat that's either a moderator or they've got a channel, just click the three dots to the right of them, and you can see what's going on. That sounds like a military jet right there. Usually they're not that loud. Suburban Barbecues, that VidMic Pro. Oh, the VidMic Pro is sweet, yeah. VidMic Pro is sweet, man. It's cool. And I've got the Plus version, so when I turn the camera on, it turns on, and when I turn the camera off, it turns off. Brandon, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you, bro. He says, really appreciate all the info, and my food's way better because of you. Oh, Brandon, that makes me feel so good. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Cheers to you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Josh and Babe. Y'all go check her out, man. Check Josh out, too. All right, guys, I got about 6 minutes left. Y'all got any more questions? Hit me. What else I got going on? I'll tell you what, I've been using the heck out of my Gabby's grill, man. Gabby's grill, the Santa Maria grill attachment for the Weber kettle. I'm not lying to you when I tell you I cook on that thing 3 or 4 times a week. I love that thing. Gabby's grills, man. Y'all go check them out. Hino's Barbecue and Outdoor Impression, man, I appreciate you joining in, and I'm glad you're enjoying the chat. Thanks for supporting T-Roy Cooks. Oh yeah, Darren, yeah, the Fire and Water Cooking Podcast. And I was actually on that. Y'all go check it out. Fire and Water Cooking, the podcast. And if you go to one of his channels, you can see his website where the podcast is. I think it just may be fireandwater.com, firewatercooking.com if you want to pull it up. Yeah, Oren, you're right. The sound of freedom, brother. That's what that was flying over. Those fighter jets are quite loud, even just idling by. Whiskey and barbecue. Ryan says, "What do you think of the smell of that peat?" Yuck. That was a yuck. Pure yuck. In fact, I should have given Josh back the block that he gave me. Dude, we I don't know if y'all see that on the video or not. Not on my video you won't, but we had somebody sent Josh some blocks of peat from Scotland. And that's what they use to heat their homes and their fireplaces and whatnot. You know, just peat out of the bogs, you know. But they had these almost looking like bricks, you know. About that long, they're black. And we wanted to see what it smelled like and what the flavor imparted onto the meat. Excuse me. So while we were doing the brisket and everything, after the brisket cook finished over at Josh's house, we fired up one of the kettles and we put a little chip of that peat on the charcoal and got it kind of got it going good. And it took a while to get going. Actually, it's kind of weird, but once it got going, man, the smell of it is just, I did not want to eat anything that had been in that smoke. Yeah, I mean, if you've ever had peated whiskey, it's kind of that same smell, but stronger. It's weird, man. Real weird. Beers Jack of Barbecue. Appreciate you joining in, man. He says, my next purchase is a Gabby's grill attachment for the Weber kettle. Yep, I appreciate that, and I'm sure Junior will as well. Just tell Junior I sent you, man. I don't get any kickback from it, but he likes to know when my fans are turned on to it and buy it from him. But yeah, man, I love that thing, and I'm sure you will too. I'm sure you will be cooking on it a whole lot. In fact, I'm confident you will be. You got Josh says he's got a 3-pound prime tomahawk for Father's Day. Only choice is a gas grill. Would you do a reverse sear on the gas grill? The best I can. Yeah, definitely for a tomahawk. Do a reverse sear. You know, light one side, leave the other side unlit. Cook your steak on the unlit side until it reaches about 118, 116, 118, somewhere in there. And then fire up the burner on your pit as high as it'll go. And let it warm up for a good 5 minutes or so. And then sear that steak. Sear it on both sides until it gets up to the temp that you want. So there you go. Little helpful hint there. Hilbert says he just got a Weber kettle. Do I recommend the Grate thermometer? Never used one with the Weber Smoky Mountain. No, I wouldn't recommend that. You're punching another hole in your Weber Smoky Mountain for the second temp probe, and I don't think you need it, man. You can always run a wireless temp probe down there if you want to see what it's reading. And I'm guessing you're talking about an external, like a gauge. I wouldn't do that. I mean, you can if you want, but I wouldn't. But in my experience, that second middle grate is always 20 to 25 degrees cooler than the top grate. And I explained that a little bit earlier in the chat, where the heat rises around the water pan, comes back down off the lid, and that's why as the heat passes over the meat through the top grate down to the second grate, it's a little cooler, but not by much. All right, guys, appreciate all y'all joining. I'm going to call this one. It's been going right at an hour, and I try to keep these to an hour or less. Plus, I'm getting a little hoarse. Can't thank you guys enough for joining today. Can't thank you enough for all the chats, all the support over the years. I'm coming up on 200,000 subs, and I would not be anywhere close to this without all of you folks out there. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If y'all enjoy this, y'all give me some thumbs up if you hadn't already. If you're not subbed, go ahead and subscribe to Old T-Roy. I'd appreciate it. If you have a question that I did not get to today, Gallery Backyard Barbecue, I saw that. Cheers to you, brother. Thanks for the super chat. If you've got a question that I couldn't get to today, put it in the comment section down below, because I will go here in a couple late, 2 or 3 days. I'll go get those questions out, and I will add them to a taped chat for next week or in the future. So again, I appreciate all the questions. Hope I got them answered for you correctly. I could, and I hope that I helped you. Folks, y'all like this though. Hope you share it with your friends, and when you do, please tell everybody you know out there that old T-Boy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody. We'll see y'all next time.